What's up, soccer friends? Welcome to Kickback Committee. We're glad you're here. I'm your host, Susannah Fuller, alongside the man, the myth, the legend, and the birthday boy, Walker Zimmerman. Walker, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Feels good. Off to a good start, and couldn't think of a better way to celebrate than hop on a podcast.
It's a dream, right? Yeah, I mean, this is really exactly how you want to celebrate your birthday. Can I ask which birthday we're celebrating?
Yeah, this is big. This is big 3-3.
Ooh, yeah. The Scottie Pippen birthday. I'm a Chicago.
Yeah, I know. So I still feel like probably 25, but you know.
I do too, and I'm way older than you. So I just kind of live in this like 25-year-old mentality. Yeah. And I feel like I'm just going to stay there for a while.
Exactly. I'm a kid at heart. I always will be. So age is just a number.
Walker, what was your best birthday ever?
Oh, man. I'm trying to think. Definitely not the one where I was supposed to go to a youth national team camp, got stranded at the airport, and was there all day, only to have to drive back to my house and take a flight the next day.
No.
So, yeah, that wasn't that one.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Man, I don't know. There's been so many good ones.
Is it like do you think of ones when you were a little kid or ones that are more recent?
I was trying to think of like any like major gift I got on my birthday. It's just always blends with like, you know, the memories of being the end of school, because growing up in, you know, elementary school through high school, usually we're kind of coming up on finals week. So I'd have like short half days kind of on my birthday, which were always fun to then like, you know, go hang out with friends afterwards and feel like you're kind of done with school too. I don't know. Can't tell you.
They're just getting better.
There's just so many to choose from.
Every birthday's been amazing. What are your plans today? What are you doing?
You know, I got my golf polo on here, so figured I might get out on the links. It's the first nice day we've really had in Toronto, so close to working up here.
That kind of sounds perfect. We just bought a little putting strip. We have a wraparound porch on our house. And so yesterday, Ian and I made a couple cocktails and we were practicing our putting.
I love that, because I just got a gift from my parents arrive, and it is a Prime Putt golf mat that will be going downstairs in my basement probably later tonight.
Heck yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a birthday. I'm here for it. Guys, just a reminder, Kickback Committee is part of Kickback Soccer Media. You can find us on all the socials, Blue Sky, Instagram. Also, make sure you check out our other podcasts, Soccer Wise, First Touch Weekly, which is a World Cup dedicated podcast, and Open Mic. Also, guys, we're also on Sirius XM now. So make sure you check us out on the Sirius XM app or catch us on select days on Sirius XM FC 157. All right, we've got a great show on tap today. We're going to catch up with Walker because a lot has happened in his life since the last time we saw each other. So there's a lot to dive into. We're also going to hit on some of the bigger soccer stories we've seen recently, including more MLS coaches getting fired, big changes for the college game as well, and a pretty epical celebration that took me back to my college days. I'll just leave it at that. Also, our kickback hotline was open over the weekend. So we're going to listen and weigh in on some of the voicemails that you guys left. This is always
one of the best bits.
A grab bag. You know, you really don't know what you're going to get, but we're going to have some fun with that. And of course, our reality TV segment where we're going to hit on the newest U.S. men's national team docuseries on HBO that Walker is featured in. I was very excited to see your face up on my screen. And, of course, Survivor. Because the finale, we're recording this on Tuesday. The finale is tomorrow.
Yes, it sure is.
I'm not ready, but
me neither. I can't wait to get to that part.
Yeah. We got a lot to talk about, my friend. Okay. Let's catch up though, Walker, because a lot has happened since the last time you were on here. Congrats on welcoming baby number 3, Eloise Hollowell Zimmerman made her world debut on April 26th. Walker, you and Sally make beautiful babies. I just have to put that out there. She is perfect.
Thank you. Yes, it was such a gift. I think it was April 27th. I almost need to double. You know how it is with a new birthday.
Well, also you're probably in full on like newborn dad mode.
It was
so
the 27th. It was the wee hours of the morning.
Okay.
Yes, Eloise is here. She's happy. She's healthy. Mama's doing well. I've been getting to go back whenever we get 2 days off. So sometimes after one of those Saturday games, I can hop on a flight and get back home, get a couple hours of sleep each night, and then fly back to Toronto. So yeah, it's going well. Kids are. I had the older two here in Toronto with my parents this past week, and we got to stock up the house with all the sports toys that we didn't have here yet, and I got them some bikes, which you can kind of see over here.
Oh boy!
Yeah. So
heck yeah,
we got some toys from Dada, but it was good. We had a really good week, and it's always fun to go home and obviously see the rest of the family, but especially wife and baby girl.
Oh, baby girl. Okay, so I know you had told me at one point that you and Sally watch Bridgerton. And I know that Eloise is a character in Bridgerton. One of my favorite characters on the show, actually. A very strong, independent woman. Was there a little bit of inspiration found?
None until you mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah, her name is Eloise in the show. Eloise has been a name that honestly Sally has liked since she was a kid. When she would play dolls and stuff, she had obviously real names for dolls, but Eloise has always been one of her favorite names. And I think even going into marriage, she thought that would be the name of our first daughter. But then we ended up loving the name Belle so much. Mm-hmm. But Eloise has always been like on our lists. And so, it was a pretty easy decision. I think we were more certain on the girl name than we were if we were to have another boy. We were kind of like scrambling, like, oh, if this is a boy, like I don't really have a name yet. But the girl we kind of figured would be Eloise.
Are you going to have a nickname for her?
We call her Wheezy a lot. We call her Wheezy Girl. Our goodnight song, and it's like, Belle and Elle, so we added that in. So Wheezy and Elle are the two, because it's like Belle and Elle.
Belle and Elle.
Sounds
Wheezy
good.
And Elle. That's adorable.
So, we'll call her Wheezy a good bit, I'm sure. But yeah, nothing like, we're not like naming her Eloise, right. Calling her full time something else.
Right. Well, yeah, because I was like, I know a friend who has an Eloise, and they call her Lulu, and I'm like, well, which is cute.
Yeah.
But I think Eloise is such a beautiful name.
It is, and it goes well with Hollowell. That's her mom.
Yeah. What's Hollowell? Oh, that's okay.
Name, so it's a big family name.
Very classy.
Oh yeah, very classy.
Super classy. What's she like as a baby?
She's been good. She's been really great. Honestly, during the day, she loves to be held, sleeps pretty well during the day. At night, it's kind of hit or miss, some good and some bad, which, again, any baby that's under 3 weeks old, you're going to have good nights and bad nights. But she's really calm so far, enjoys. She likes looking at like her little black and white photos on the mat. Tucker and Belle are being sweet and helpful. So.
That was my next question. How are the other two responding to their little sister?
It's good. They hear her cry. They try and go put the passy back in her mouth. And, Tucker this morning, even like Sally was trying to make their breakfast, and I'm on FaceTime with them, and she had him just walk Eloise up and down like the hall in our house in Meduna to try and like help her go to sleep a little bit. So he was loving that. And so he's being helpful, which is good.
That's amazing. My little brother used to try to like suffocate, or my big brother tried to suffocate.
Yes. Me. Yeah. They can be a little rough sometimes because they're not used to a delicate little creature, but it's all out of love.
Walker, how good are you at changing diapers?
I'm pretty good at changing diapers. Yeah. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but
no
problem. You can handle it. Yeah, I can manage. Sally would say, "Oh, yeah, he barely changes them," which is true. I'm not really around as much, especially with this one. But I don't mind. I can do a good job.
Oh my gosh! So how that's the long distance thing is tough.
It only is exacerbated with this year being fully gone. And her alone with all the kids. So this will be the first week that she has like no help with her. So pray for Sal. She got to get through this week, and then hopefully we'll see each other soon. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. If you had one piece of advice, or like the one thing that you would tell a new parent of a newborn that they absolutely need to have, like whether it's like a diaper genie or a boppy or something, like what is that thing?
In terms of like piece of equipment or like advice?
No, like a piece of equipment, like an actual like thing.
Oh man, I mean, every baby is so different because you got to figure out what kind of swaddle they like. Do they like arms up? Do they like arms down? Do they like, the ollie, like the halo? I mean, there's so many different things. Little Dakatot, wow. I mean, we're such little like Wubba Nub family, which is like the animal passies. I think we're a big passy family. Thankfully, our kids both loved their passies. I know some babies don't. Passies are big because you gotta have a soothing action, but I'd go with a good swaddle and a good passy.
A good swaddle, good passy.
Good swaddle can go a long way. They just like to feel absolutely wrapped up. And
who knew that was such an important thing? It's so funny.
Like, if I do the swaddle, she'll cry a lot more. It's a lot looser. It's not done properly. Sally's like, it's an absolute straitjacket.
It is. It's like a burrito. You gotta just cram it in there. And
it's an art too.
Wrap them up.
Yeah, shout out to all the nurses at the hospitals, man. They are unbelievable at these little swaddles. It's fun.
Have you noticed is it a big difference going from 2 to 3, or is it just kind of like, oh no, we've already had the 2.
I'm probably not the guy to ask since I haven't been around.
Since you haven't been around.
That's probably better.
Sally might have a thing or two to say.
I would say it was a bigger adjustment so far from 1 to 2, and I know that I'm gone a lot, but I think once you're kind of with 2, you're already kind of being pulled in different directions. So I feel kind of the same way here, where it's like, as the dad, it's like, okay, you're more in charge of the older kids while mom does baby stuff. And so that was a big change from 1 to 2, was like, I felt like literally I became Tucker's solo parent and she became Belle's solo parent for like a couple months. And I'm sure it'll be the case when I'm back home. And it's like, even when I'm home for like the day or 2 at a time, it's like, okay, like she's very much helping the baby and I'm doing a lot with the older kids.
Yeah.
You just feel like you're kind of, it truly is co-parenting, but you're splitting up a decent amount just to, especially while she recovers and gets back to full fitness here after the baby.
Man, you guys, you are rock stars. Sally especially is a rock star. We're so happy for you guys. It's really, really exciting. What a beautiful family you guys have. It's really awesome to see. All right, let's chat a little on the Sockers for you, coming off a 3-1 loss to Charlotte at the weekend. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're basically like 1 week away from this kind of like massive summer break that the league is taking. You guys are 3-5-5 at the season. Do you feel like maybe this break is coming at a good time, or do you feel like you would rather keep playing and try to, I don't know, right the ship a little bit? Like how do you look at it?
I don't think there's a team in the league that needs the break more than we do right now. I think you look at our 28-man roster, and I think this past weekend we had 15 of those players unavailable for injury. And so I think we've just really been hard done with some bad luck, some unfortunate timing, some nagging injuries, some bigger injuries. And it's just, we got to get healthy and we got to get our players on the field, because I think we're a completely different team. Not to say that other guys haven't come in and done a serviceable job, but I think you look at our roster and you see what we could be versus what we're showing right now. And and there's just it's important. We're missing some important players, no denying it. And on top of that, I think we've lost some games that we should have won. We've tied some games that we should have won. And so it's just been a tough little stretch here. And hopefully we can find some kind of momentum with the result here against Chicago on the road right before the break to try and get us some momentum going into this break. But priority number 1 is just trying to get everyone healthy following this game and have some time to build people into full fitness over this mini preseason.
Now, Walker, we're all kind of keeping our fingers and toes crossed that you could get a call up to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at depth charts and situations and I'm thinking it is entirely plausible. Worst case scenario, that doesn't happen for you. How do you approach this break? Is it like kind of like another preseason? Like, is that kind of?
Yeah, I think for me, on a personal level, it'll be great to be with the family for a little bit of consecutive weeks. And, it's a win-win. I would love to obviously represent U.S. in another World Cup. And I know how much health plays a part in that and what it's looked like for me the last year with some untimely things. But I think when I'm healthy, I have full confidence in myself that I can help that team. If I'm not there, I'll have time with the family and the baby, and it's much needed for our family just to have that time. And you're always working, right? It'll be a good kind of rest reset on the mental side, but you're always kind of pushing on the physical side to make sure you're staying in shape and coming back, hitting the ground running. Because like I said, we're a team that needs to get healthy and stay healthy for the guys that are. And it'll be important to have a good kind of month together where we're all working towards that.
100%. Well, as we mentioned, it feels like a lot of teams are probably going to use this pause on this season as an opportunity to just sort of assess where they're at and if changes need to be made. And we've already seen 2 teams in the last week basically decide that, yep, it's time for a change. So the Columbus Crew relieved Henrik Rydström of his duties as head coach after only 13 matches in charge, I think 14 matches in charge. Yeah. And then in Austin, Nico Estevez and the sporting director both out. So both teams were sitting below the playoff line at this point. And, I remember a few episodes ago, we talked about sort of the sample size that was appropriate when Oscar Parejo was let go from Orlando. And I think it was early. It was only like maybe 3 games into the season. Mm-hmm. For a first-year head coach for Henrik Rydström, what do we think of that 13-14 match sample size for him? Is it big enough, do you think, for a team to make that decision?
Yeah, I think that's probably about as early that you'd want to do it. I think, you're getting close to half a season there, plus the preseason that you got to see. And I think the biggest thing for them is they've been a contender in the league. It's not like they've been a team that's been hovering around the playoffs and that this is like kind of the norm for them. They've been a top team in the league for the last 4 or 5 years at least. And so they've had a couple of departures of some big time players, but there's still a large majority of those players that have been on successful teams in the past in Columbus. So I think when you look at them, it fell below their standards, and they felt like the team wanted to go in a different direction. So I have no problem with 13, 14 games in at this point for that specific team.
You guys beat them 2-1 back in March, and I believe you scored the game-winning goal.
I did
in that match.
I did.
Sure did. Did you notice a significant difference just in terms of like the style of play that Columbus, had perhaps under like a Wilfred Nancy?
I think if you take out a Darlington Nagbe and a Cucho Hernandez from a team, there's going to be a difference. Yeah. It doesn't matter who you bring in to replace them. So, it's a different team. They probably aren't as good at manipulating opponents, and they were always known for kind of making it hard on the opponent's back line with their movement and their ability to check down and drag defenders into awkward positions and be direct at times, but also manage the tempo with Darlington as a 6. And I just think that there's just a little bit of a difference with how they're playing now, which obviously you have different players, but in a way that's not as threatening as maybe they once were.
Hard to replace Darlington Nagbe, right?
Yeah, shout out to Nags.
God, that guy was so good, so special. I was reading an article about this, the firing of Rydström, and it said that the sources say that he never got buy-in from the locker room, which seems like a pretty massive problem, especially when you are 13, 14 games into this season. Do you feel like that's something that can be resurrected at that point, or is it almost too late for a first-year head coach to kind of change the tone if in fact the players did not buy it?
I mean, it's hard to say, who knows what the sources are, who knows if that's how half the team felt or a quarter of the team or all the team. You never really know unless you're one of the guys that's in the locker room. I think it's tough to regain that belief in a coach once it has been lost. If it had been lost, I think it's an uphill battle. Not to say it can't be done, but that means that they have to be willing to change. Because if your team is not behind you, you can't keep doing the same thing with poor results. if you're humble enough to say, okay, I hear the advice that you're giving me, I hear the feedback that you're bringing to me, and they actually start seeing a change, yeah, I think you can rebuild it. But it's tough as a coach because you probably have been building your whole coaching philosophy on a certain way of managing. That's just how coaches work. You're going to have your formations that you prefer, your intensity of trainings that you prefer, different, like I said, styles of play. So how much are you willing to put your job on the line to listen to the players' input or not? And that's always a fine line.
I would really love for Liverpool's front office to be listening to this conversation right
now. Yeah. For sure. You'll see it all over the world. It doesn't matter what league it is. That's always the balancing act of players 100%. Versus coach. Who's more in charge? Who has more say? And how should it be? And every situation is different, and you just got to have a good pulse.
I couldn't agree more. And I remember you had said, I can't remember if it was the Oscar Pereja conversation, or maybe it was when we were talking about the women coach in the Bundesliga. But like, if a coach can come in and, give guys a very clear idea and a clear like role for them. Mm-hmm. Like if those roles are like, that's so helpful and so important in sort of creating that cohesion in a locker room, when you know what is expected of you, when you know what your role is. And so it's interesting that, I don't know. Hard to figure it out.
You hear the buzzwords of standards and culture just tossed around a lot. And it's really hard to have a good culture and have good standards if you don't know what the culture should be or is, or what the standards should be and are.
Yep. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Okay. So as we mentioned, Nico Estevez also let go this week by Austin. I was surprised when that coaching announcement was made in the first place, Walker, because he had gotten fired at FC Dallas, which is one of their in-state rivals, obviously. And then, got hired by Austin. And I thought it was a peculiar hire for a few reasons, but mostly because it wasn't that big of a departure from the way that Austin played under Josh Wolf. And so it was kind of a head scratcher for me. Does it raise eyebrows for you, or do you guys even care if it's not your team?
I mean, it depends. Nico, for me, I know him well because he was an assistant under Greg. So I was with Nico for many years, was an amazing assistant coach. You mentioned the head scratching. I mean, for me, the bigger head scratcher was not his arrival, because I think he is a good coach and a great person. For me, it was more the departure of Josh Wolf at the time. It was more of an eyebrow raiser for me, because I did start to see the way that they were playing with an identity and a passion, and the way that he had kind of had some success there already. And it felt like, it might have been too soon to pull the plug on that experiment, in my opinion. But you never know. Like, did he want to leave? There's so many factors at play there. But no, Nico, I mean, thoughts with him, it's never easy. You always think about from the player side when they get traded or
totally
team, but it's very difficult on the coaches as well. They have their own families, their own lives. So I'm sure it's always a punch to the gut whenever that decision is made. But hopefully it works out for both parties.
Yeah, no kidding. So obviously the big news, I think a couple of days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, is that Pep Guardiola has announced that he's officially leaving Manchester City at the end of the season. We kind of maybe anticipated this, like this was sort of in the cards, but it is now officially official. And our group chat, our Kickback committee group chat was popping off because the big wish is that Pep Guardiola finds himself in Major League Soccer, NYCFC. There's that obvious City connection. How would you feel about Pep Guardiola coming to Major League Soccer?
I mean, it'd be great. I don't foresee that happening, but I mean, it would be great for the league. I think he's obviously one of the best coaches ever, looking at his statistics and what he's done at City. But yeah, I mean, 10 years is a long time at one place, whether you're a player or a coach. So I'm sure he would want to challenge himself in different ways. He's accomplished everything possible at City. And so I'm sure he's open to other opportunities and other experiences, because you got one life, and there's some people who want to live more than just one place and do more than just one thing. And
apparently he loves New York City too. Like, loves it.
Well, we'll
spent
see.
a year there with his family.
Yeah.
Like David Goss actually like saw him in the city.
Wow.
At one point when he was living here, but I guess he's a huge fan of the
it'd
States.
It'd be amazing, but I'm not not banking on that.
Not holding your breath.
No, I'm not holding my breath.
It'd be a pretty awesome get though.
For sure. I mean, it'd be an awesome get for any team in the world.
Well, how would it compare? Would it be like Messi level excitement?
I don't think so. I think players carry a different weight, I think, than coaches. Obviously, coaches play an important role, but the fans aren't there to go see the coach. They're there to watch them. They're there to see their favorite players.
Good point. Good point, Walker. All right, let's move it along to the college game, where there are some big changes coming to Division I collegiate programs. Last week, it was announced that the NCAA approved a switch to a fall to spring schedule that will start in 2027. They basically said the fall-spring schedule would reduce time demands and give athletes a more balanced academic and athletic experience. The potential for fewer midweek games would result in less missed class time, more recovery time between matches would be provided. So right now they play in a 10 to 13 week fall window, with the College Cup taking place in December. So that would switch, and they would now be playing that College Cup final in the spring. So this news obviously comes after MLS has announced their plans to switch to a fall-spring schedule earlier this year. And I don't know. I mean, it seems like it kind of makes sense for sort of all North American leagues and programs to get aligned. You played 2 years at Furman, which is a really incredible D1 program. Just, initial reaction. How do you feel about this schedule adjustment?
I mean, it's something that needed to be done. I think the main thing you look at in college is, one, the academics is a huge part of the college experience. So I think managing that load is a lot better. But even almost as important is the development from a soccer standpoint, and the limitations that programs had on the spring season with amount of training hours, time with the ball. Like, what are we talking about limiting how often a team can train and that players can get better in an organized setting? Like, that is extremely limiting. So I think this helps that a lot in terms of development. First thought was, how does this change from a transfer portal situation? Because, obviously that's been a huge thing now with NIL and players transferring, but what does it look like in a split season where if you're not playing in the fall for your team, are you able to go? Surely you can't go and play that season in the spring. Does that deter players from entering that portal? I think my other thought was, from an injury perspective, it's a lot better for the athlete, because one kind of serious injury in the fall and you missed your entire year of eligibility, and now you're going to have people not having to redshirt as much, hopefully, because they're able to get back on track if it's just a 1 to 2 month type injury. So those are some initial thoughts. I think overall it's going to be better for the student, as both a student and as an athlete, just for their development and their ability to, like you said, focus on class and not miss as much time with these kind of weekend getaways where they have 2 games within a 2 to 3 day stretch.
I mean, in the same conversation that we've had with MLS and the schedule change, like it feels like schools that are in the north part of the country, it might put them at a disadvantage. Do you think that that will be the case? Just because you're not going to be up in Syracuse playing games in December. That. Like, that seems crazy. So then you have to go on the road.
It'll put a wrinkle in it. That is a tougher challenge to solve with college soccer, just with the conferences and ability to schedule games in different climates. Because you're right, if you're playing up in like the Big East and all your games are up in the Northeast, you're going to have some pretty poor weather. But from what I was reading, it's like that's the conference schedule is actually going more in the spring, which I'm sure was a factor in that, to where not more important, but like some of I guess they are more important. The conference games will be in the second half of the season. So hopefully that's less of a factor that they're having to deal with in the conference games.
So overall, do you feel like this will be received well by collegiate players.
100%. I'm sure players and especially the coaching staff, they're going to be happy that they can actually train their players. And it's good for the player. If you're serious about wanting to have a future, whether that's MLS, USL, overseas, I mean, you can't do it just by showing up in the summer and playing for 4 to 5 months and then trying to train on your own in the spring. It's doable, but it's not going to be the best for your development.
Yeah. Do you think in some ways it kind of helps college soccer become, I don't want to say more relevant because it is relevant, but it feels like it's in terms of, the path to becoming a professional, like, does it give it a little bit of a boost?
Maybe it could help players be a little bit more prepared if they are to make that jump because they're used to playing year round and working in that team setting for the length of time that an MLS season is. But I think more than anything, we're seeing less and less college players who are going to be ready to make that jump straight to MLS. Just with the improvement we've seen in the academies. I mean, if you're not identified early, then your odds are going way down in terms of being a college player that then, makes it straight to MLS versus some of these homegrowns. It's just, and it's how it should be. I mean, that's the image that we built when we started all these developmental academies and homegrown deals, is to identify the best talent so they're in a pro environment at 16, 17 years old. Not to say you want to have late bloomers who are in college who are going to get better at 18, 19, 20, but I think the majority of your best players probably aren't playing college soccer. They're getting signed into homegrown deals.
So your path to MLS, I mean, you did 2 years.
Yeah, I think I was right on that kind of cusp of like they had just kind of started the homegrowns and academies. I wasn't a part of Atlanta United because they were kind of right after my time. And, I think I kind of was part of the last group of couple of years where you still had a lot of talent in college soccer that could make that jump. Now I think that talent's being identified earlier and they're in that pro environment at a younger age.
You have to look at that as a positive.
It's
right?
a positive for sure for soccer in this country. You're going to have more players getting trained better and trained harder at a younger age. And hopefully now it's about identifying those talents and making sure that you're doing a good job developing them in the academies.
Yeah. Well, it's a great transition because one of those academies that has done very well in identifying young talent is FC Dallas.
Yep.
And they produced one of my favorite moments of the weekend, Walker. Sam Sarver. God bless Sam Sarver. The goal celly of the season for me.
Yeah.
He scored a stoppage time game-winning goal for Dallas in a 3-2 win against San Jose, who have been so good this season. And so the first part of this I thought was fantastic. He coordinated a scuba diving simulation celebration with his teammates where they all sat on the boards and then fell back. And I was dying. I was like laughing hysterically at that. And then proceeded to pick up a beer that had been thrown on the pitch and shotgun it. And then just...
a lot of foam.
Pour it all over him. A lot of foam.
Some of that beer from the toss onto the field got a little shaken up there.
Oh, here it is. Yes, this is so good.
It's really glad no one hurt their neck in the making of this.
I was like, oh, what's behind them? Is there padding? What? But he popped right up. I mean, legendary. Here it comes. This is when I said this took me back to my college days. I don't so much mean me shotgunning beers. I just mean the people around me. But there it is. I mean, with the best of them.
It's just a really good thing that they held on for that win because that would have been pretty awkward with 6 minutes left if they got an equalizer or heaven forbid a winner.
He's like, what? He's just buzzing for
that would have gone viral for all the wrong reasons. So glad that they held on to the win.
Oh God, incredible stuff. And did you see his Instagram post the next day?
No.
He posted a photo he's got like a case of Modelo's, like,
oh, there we go,
with him, and he's like, thanks, Modelo. And I was like, look at this guy is Brill. Like, he is just going straight after it, trying to get that sponsorship money.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah, tag him up.
Modelo, do the right thing here.
Yeah, Back-to-back weeks for him, man.
Go help your boy. He's such a character. He kind of looks like a character. Like he looks like a guy that would shotgun a beer, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's got that kind of like crazy hair. Oh man. Walker, I'm sure you've seen some epic goal sellies throughout your career. Do you have a favorite one that you've seen? Not necessarily one that you've done, but just.
Well, I mean, for me, for sure, I normally don't plan goal celebrations, but the one that we did in Nashville for our Johnny Cash night, we talked about it during the week and said, "Hey, whoever scores, go grab the corner flag like a mic, sing Ring of Fire. We'll all play instruments." And it just so happened I scored that goal and was over the corner flag singing. Everyone had their air guitars, and that. Again, I normally never plan a celebration. In the fact that it turned out, there's pretty epic photos of that, and just to be a part of it made that probably the most special goal celebration I've been a part of.
That's incredible. I do remember seeing the images of that. Douglas, our producer, I know is probably frantically
he's frantically searching
right now. He's like, I gotta find it.
I got 5 more seconds, and that thing's popping up here on our feed.
Yep, 100%. I that Johnny Cash kit that you guys had. Oh my goodness.
I like black kits in general.
I do too.
Sharp. It looks good on the field. It gets hot in the summer, but I think it just looks good. Good black kit.
I do too. Yeah, that's one of my favorite that I have in my collection.
Yes.
Very, very much a place of pride for me. Yep. Here he is. Douglas coming through. I knew it. He's always on it. There it is. This is going to be, that one right there.
Yeah. Jacob Schafferberg trying to play his air guitar.
It's so good. So good. Did you normally if one of your teammates approaches you and is like, "Hey, I would kind of like to choreograph a goal celebration."
I'm all ear.
You're all in.
I think it's honestly a little bit of a lost art. I feel like, it's so hard to come by a good goal. So why not celebrate it a little bit more? I mean, you look at the NFL now, they had tried to crack down on the touchdown celebrations, and then they got the feedback from the fans like, "Oh, wait, maybe we shouldn't keep flagging teams for sellies." Yeah, it's a great pick.
We love it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. You need that framed, I feel like.
I do. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really, really fantastic photo. That's a moment that's worthy of framing and putting up on the wall. And then you can tell Eloise and Tucker and Bell.
Well, Tucker knows this one. He's seen enough recaps, and I remember after scoring this goal for weeks, he'd be just going, "Ring of Fire." He was like 2 years old.
Teach him young.
Yeah, he didn't even fully have conversations yet, but he was singing Ring of Fire.
Oh, that's incredible, man! You get some massive parent points in my book for that. Well done, Walker. All right, are you ready for some voicemails?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So we did this a few episodes ago with you. So we basically have a kickback committee hotline that we leave open at the weekend, and fans can call in and either sort of vent, ask questions, all the things. So we kept it open this weekend, and so apparently I have not heard these, but our producer Douglas has, and he assured me that there were some real winners amongst the pack. So should we get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. The first one is from an Atlanta United fan. So let's hear what they had to say.
Hi, I'm an Atlanta United fan, and I'm calling to vent. We are the second highest salary in the league. We're absolutely fumbling with this squad, although it's playing a little better under Tata Martino. They need to cut loose Latte Lots. They need to cut loose Baracol, who's absolutely useless in defense. We have to completely gut this squad, open it up, bring in a defensive midfielder. There's just a lot going on. Can't blame the coach. Tata is doing the best he can with the squad he inherited. We need to get rid of Jonathan Spector, who's the head of scouting. Ever since, I guess Frank DeBoer, was decent enough. We had 2 trophies under him, but since then it's just been absolutely nothing. Chris Henderson came in. He's only been got like a year under his belt as the head of head of soccer. So do you blame him? I don't know. But we've got to do something different. We need to just get rid of all this dead weight, bring in some new players, some new talent, and hope for the best.
Wow. Okay. He's got a plan. This guy, he's got ideas. The thing is, okay, Atlanta, I feel like they started poorly, but I feel like it hasn't been that bad. They've picked up a little, right? I mean, they got a 1-1 draw against Orlando on the road.
Yeah, they stole some points from us up in Toronto. They had a 2-1 win.
I feel like this guy needs to just kind of let things play out. We keep talking about this break that's coming, Walker. Yeah. Like, I feel like maybe Atlanta could be one of those teams that, needs this break a little. Tata Martino is a good coach. Like, I feel like
I was gonna say it's interesting to hear the voicemails that are very negative about their team, but still in support of the coach. Because normally it's like the complete opposite. If your team's bad, almost every sport is like, it's the coach, get rid of the coach. But he's very adamant. He's a Tata fan, obviously, with what he's done in Atlanta, and he's more on the players in the scouting department. So we'll see what happens.
Trust in Tata. That's my advice. Okay, let's bring up our next voicemail. This is from a Sickos Committee FC commissioner. Let's see what they had to say.
Hi, this is Commish from Sickos Committee FC. Just wanted to say that I just learned about the notorious BSG, Bianca St-Georges. I just started watching the NWSL a lot this year for my first year watching, and I just learned about her. She got a red card, a very dangerous high tackle against Claire Hutton against Bay FC, but apparently she is the all-time leader in the NWSL with red cards. She has 5 red cards, and that is the most in the history of the NWSL by 3 more than the next player. Also this year, she's only got 1 yellow and 2 red cards. Amazingly, Boston was able to get a point after BFC, but I'm just really happy to learn about the notorious BSG. Thank you.
First of all, the commission's voice, I could listen to that guy read a dictionary or a phone book or something. It's very.
If you want to fall asleep.
Yeah. What's that app
very
that?
Calming.
Very
calming,
exactly.
Soothing. I couldn't tell the whole time if he was going to be excited or mad or happy. Yeah, that's a lot of red cards.
That's a lot of red. I love that there's only 1 yellow and 2 reds. This just
strong. If you're gonna foul, you might as well foul.
just get in there. Yeah. I mean, maybe that maybe that's what she wants. Like, she wants that to be her persona, and just that hard nose. Yeah. If I'm fouling, I'm going in hard. I don't know how that kind of resonates with her teammates. It feels like that can be a liability.
It definitely could be. Probably not the smartest thing to do to try and seek out the cards, but we went through a phase in Nashville where we were getting a lot of red cards as a team, and our coach was trying to start instituting punishments for us for getting cards at that point in time, and we're like, man, it's such a fine line that sometimes you're going for the ball. When is it a good card to take? When is it a bad card? And obviously you never want to get a red card, but 5 red cards is quite a bit in a career.
That's hefty. How many red cards have you ever gotten?
I don't know that I've gotten a straight red card. I've got, I think, 3 send-offs, 2 of which were absolutely bananas, just horrible. One, we were in Nashville, and Chicharito toe pokes the ball from inside the box. My hands are by my side. It hits my hand. I can't move away. They're like, it was a shot on goal, 2nd yellow. And it was like handball, 2nd yellow. I'm like, I couldn't even move, and you're going to send me off for that? The other one was a guy took a big dive on a kind of give and go against DC United at home. I kind of put my arm up as you do as a defender, and he just flies over. And I'm like, I'm just turning into the guy, textbook defending 101, and he just flops. Ref sends me off. I'm like, and then I got fined for not leaving the field fast enough, because I'm like, dude, you got to check that on VAR. And so that was another one. But.
Brutal. Back to the handball thing. I feel like sometimes I'm like, do I even know the rules anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. It changes all the time too.
It literally changes all the time, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves about the game today, because I'm like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
yeah, my bad.
I know. Don't even get me started. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she's a legend. She's cementing her legacy. Let's just say that. And she plays for Boston Legacy. So there you go. It's all working. All right, let's move. I want to go to producer Douglas. Can we go to the Philadelphia Union fan? I want to hear about this one.
So I'm going to be honest, as a Philadelphia Union fan, I knew this was going to be a hard reset. I know a lot of pundits online like to talk about, well, if you would have done X or Y or Z, but those are the same people that are not actually in the day-to-day office running the checks. So the answer is that this year was supposed to be last year, which was supposed to be a hard reset, and we're just going to suffer through it. It's going to be okay. We will take on 2027 with a good sprint and then rebuild from there. I think that this is just one of those scenarios where it does not matter what you do, it matters what you try to instill. And this just happens to be the instill year. I just wish more people would just take a deep breath and say, can you actually do that? And if so, what should we expect for next year versus what should we see for this year? That's all.
Wow, that was incredibly measured. Very measured and calm for a Philadelphia fan, because I feel like the last time we did this, the Philadelphia fans they were not in a good way.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's trying to get out of that. I mean, wanting to instill something for this year, but there's so many factors that change on a week-to-week basis, let alone season-to-season. Like, do you instill what? Like a formation, a style of play that changes all the time with different players? Yeah, curious to know more about the meaning behind the word instill. Was that a belief issue? Is that a tactical issue? Is that a roster issue?
A roster, yeah, exactly. Is it like a belief in Bradley Carnell? I don't know. But
I'm not sure. But I guess he's going to take it with optimism that this is a kind of rebuild down year and that they're going to figure it out for next year. That's what I took away from it.
The only way is up. Also, I'm going to make my boss, John Parker, very happy, because he is a huge Philadelphia Union fan. And I'm going to give Kevin Sullivan a shout out, because he did score his first MLS goal.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
Snaps. Good job, Kevin. All right. Let's get to Megan, the Kansas City fan. I think we've heard from her before, but I also think she has a special message for Walker.
Hi, y'all. It's Megan from Kansas City. I think I have a good soccer team again. Sporting's won twice in a row, and I don't know how to feel about that. And just a quick War Eagle to Walker.
Oh, War Eagle. Wow. That's a throwback. Yeah, I grew up an Auburn fan. Big family legacy there. So always rooting for Auburn. Wow, haven't heard War Eagle in quite a bit.
I love that. I went to an Auburn football game.
It's a good time. Gordon Air Stadium.
Oh my God. So this
time.
was about 3 years ago. One of my friends, Amy, is an Auburn alum. And she was like, I went to University of Illinois, and like our football team, they were decent last year, but like we didn't have like a big football.
At least you got basketball though.
Exactly. Definitely more of a basketball school. But she was like, you need to experience like a proper SEC football game. And I was like, okay, name the date. So we went to an Auburn game. They played Penn State. They got absolutely demolished.
Penn State's been pretty solid.
Yeah. But I called it degenerate mode that I was in, because she was like, no, we have to start tailgating at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry.
Was it a night game or a day game?
It was a day game.
Okay. Night games are unbelievable there. As you can imagine. Add a couple hours to your experience and then go to the game.
I mean, I couldn't believe, number one, the setup that people had.
No, SEC football is different.
It was insane. The people had couches out outside of their big camper vans, and they were making like full spreads of food. I had my first bushwhacker, which apparently is a thing, and it tastes like a milkshake. I don't know what's in it, but I was not sober.
But it was not. Yeah. Was not a milkshake.
It was one of those days where like it was like I felt like I needed a nap at halftime. Like I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but man, we had fun. So yeah, War Eagle, and I saw they did the eagle thing. They sent it.
Oh yeah,
oh, it was really cool.
Ooh, yes,
it was great, really fun.
And congrats to Casey as well.
And congrats again. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that they are a good team, but you'll take 2 wins in a row, especially after the start that they had. All right. That was fun. Thanks, Walker, for indulging us in our voicemails. But I know we gotta leave room to chat some reality TV. And before we get into Survivor, which I know that we both love, I have to tell you, I was watching the new U.S. Men's National Team docuseries that's out on HBO Max, which is really, really well done and good. It's called U.S. Against the World, which is like, just gets you all fired up. And so I've watched 3 episodes, and I was delighted, absolutely delighted, because the first 2 episodes are basically following the U.S. Men's National Team starting at the World Cup in Qatar. And so you, my friend.
Yeah, I was. I haven't seen it yet.
I was going to ask you haven't watched it?
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen some like teasers and stuff. We're close with the producers of that show. Did such a great job. I know it's gotten some good reviews, but I've been a little bit busy. I haven't watched it. I'm sure I'll tune in soon.
Walker, I feel like you need to get Tucker.
Like he'll love it.
He'll get such a kick out of it. But it was really cool to kind of like relive that tournament with you guys. But how was it like when they were filming it? Is it like very apparent that there are camera crews everywhere? Or are you guys kind of like...
They did such a good job. And to be honest, they filmed quite a bit, even leading in through qualifying. And I wish you guys could have seen more. I know what ended up being in the episodes. There's so much behind the scenes that didn't make the final cut, which is, which is fine. That's what you have to do with a well-produced show. But I think that's a testament to their hard work and dedication. Is like they had so many clips to choose from. That's why it's going to turn out good. They're not just uploading whatever they have. It's like, no, they have a whole arsenal of clips that they can choose from, and they're putting the best ones to still build that storyline for the show. So no doubt, I'm sure it's amazing. Again, I've seen plenty of the trailers and obviously some of my own footage. So I need to go watch it for sure.
You need to go watch it. What's one thing that you wish that they had shown?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But no, they do a lot of stuff like going to everyone's houses, and I know that mine probably didn't make that cut as approaching this next World Cup. They're probably picking and choosing different guys. But I had so many awesome things filmed at our house with it was when Tucker was born, and then and like it's just it almost captures like your own life over a period of 3-4 years that we've gotten to know them. So I'm sure, seeing that footage would be great.
Amazing. Yeah, definitely take some time to check it out. There's like a whole slew of soccer documentaries coming out right now on Netflix because of the World Cup for sure. I watched the Jamie Vardy one, also so good. Good. The Ronaldinho one, so good. Highly recommend.
You're on it.
I'm on it. Consuming all the content, including the Survivor finale, which is going to be happening tomorrow. And I said it at the top, like, I'm not ready. I'm like, wait, how did we get to there were so many episodes, Walker, where there was multiple eliminations.
For sure. Yeah. 2 juries. 2 tribal councils, multiple people going home. Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. It's always good entertainment for me. I like having the more contestants on there. That was fun to see all those different faces for season 50. Obviously, Sari going home was a bummer. I thought she played a great game. Ozzy, unfortunately, mentals get in the way.
Why didn't he play his idol, Walker?
That, but also why is he telling Aubrey his whole plan? It doesn't make any sense. Just a poor. He got disconnected from Sari for one day, and things just went south. I'm going into the finale. Obviously, we got 5 left now. There's no way that Joe will win. He has not done anything.
No.
Realistically, I want Rizzo. I think has done a good job if he can explain his game well, because obviously he'll play this idol, go through the Final Four. I think Tiffany's played a really good game. I don't know why everyone online is getting this traction for Aubrey. I don't even think she's done hardly anything this season.
She had like one move.
Which was she's going to say the Aussie boat, like that she and Jonathan kind of ran, and then the Sarver boat. But like for me, those were like very basic plays. I have been kind of annoyed with her this season. I think if anything, if I'm choosing between Jonathan and Aubrey, I'm choosing Jonathan. I think he's actually done more to affect the game. And he's been on the right side of most votes and in the middle of a lot of votes, which she has too, but he's won some immunities. But I think Rizzo and Tiff, I think, in my mind, are the two most deserving. I hope one of them wins. If they don't, I'm going to be pretty bummed, I think. Maybe I can accept Jonathan, but if it's Aubrey or Joe, I'm
Jonathan rubs me the wrong way. I know.
Agree, me too. But I will say, compared to other seasons, he actually has, if you look at a lot of the moves that have been made, he's been kind of leading a lot of those votes. And if it goes his way at the end, there's no denying he's played a huge role in what happened from.
No, that is true.
More of a role than Aubrey has played, for sure.
No, Aubrey, no. I'm not on the Aubrey train whatsoever.
So I would imagine, I hope it's Tiff or Rizzo. We'll see what happens.
Rizzo drives me nuts, but I do respect his gameplay.
And so he can be kind of putting off for a little bit to the camera personality-wise, but when you actually watch how he plays the game, he's a student of the game. He's done everything right. He's picked when to go against his alliance. He's always in the know. Everyone tells him everything. And he's going to have an idol with an easy – he hasn't played his idol, so he's got an easy guarantee to the Final Four.
Yep.
So you can't argue with that. And especially, he's had no previous relationships with anyone. And all these people are relying on, I played with them in this season. I know them from this reunion.
That's the one thing where I'm like, are they going to vote for him? Is he
right? But if he can deliver it in a good enough way,
we shall see. I think we can both agree though that they had to get Suri out this last time.
They had to, yeah.
If she would win, there's no way she wouldn't win if she was left. Oh, and I have to give a shout out to Devins, who played my favorite. His little fake idol situation was so good. It was man, I'm not ready. I don't want it to end. I'm so sad.
I know.
I'm so sad. Okay,
another long wait.
We're gonna have to catch up after the finale
on
Wednesday, because I know I'm gonna need to work this out with someone. 100%. So all right, you're here for me. Walker, happy birthday. Thank you so much for spending your 33rd trip around the sun with us here at Kickback Committee. We're so lucky to have you, and we appreciate you so much. I hope you have the best day out on the links.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you download and subscribe to Kickback Committee and all of our other podcasts, including SoccerWise, First Touch, and Open Mic. Give us a follow on the socials. Find us on the SiriusXM app. And of course, tell your friends. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll see you next time.